Hello.
Hello.
Hello, and welcome to GutPunchRP, a role-playing game stream channel, mostly of the tabletop variety, focused on diverse storytelling and charity. Speaking of charity, we are raising money for the Transgender Law Center. We will be raising money for them through March 31st, and at that point, we will give away do a drawing for a chance to win some of the plushies that Kai has right here, plus some extra things thrown into the mix. We are currently at $140. We would love to get to $250 by the end of our fundraising. Just a reminder, Transgender Law Center changes law, policy, and attitudes so that people can live safely, authentically, and free from discrimination regardless of their gender identity or expression. You can type !charity to find out more about them. You can also type !donate to get to our Tiltify event for that. Additionally, we are sponsored by Dungeonsgate. You can type !Dungeonsgate in the chat and use the code GutPunchRP to get yourself a nice discount on their digital storefront, excluding already discounted things. But Dungeonsgate is a Midwestern game store with diverse selection of board and card games, TTRPGs, dice, minis, and accessories, as well as sci-fi and fantasy books and graphic novels. If you've just joined us for this evening, and it's the first time, welcome. This is Lorelwind, our ongoing D&D 5th edition homebrew show that runs every other Monday at that time and that location, or however that phrase is. Batman. Anyway, if you would like to support us in non-monetary ways, you can type !social and follow us on social media. Doing things like retweeting our go live tweet and just being here really, really does help the channel. And without further ado, let's get into a recap, shall we? Previously on Lorelwind, our party had rescued Gregoria, a member of the Resistance, who is also a friend of Haniel's. The group rescued her from being imprisoned by Gregor and his Greyguards. Gregoria revealed that Gregor had been experimenting on prisoners, both dead and alive, in a cave to the southeast of Akabrek, and our gang had investigated the cave and then discovered that there were some constructs that were delivering corpses to the cavern, and the Greyguard was taking the corpses inside. Through clever use of a lot of explosives, our gang was able to do severe damage to the macabre cave, but as they were about to depart, they felt a magical plea from none other than Hazel, a previous helper of the group and co-conspirator in their attempt to save the world, which sprung the group into action. The gang then battled Gregor and the leader of the Greyguard, Zinlir. However, Gregor, upon being dispatched by our party, dissolves into a puddle of melted snow, which revealed to our party that that was not Gregor, but his simulacrum. And that is where we find our adventurers. So, adventurers, what are you doing?
Throw down the
Going
hammer and
over to-
rage. Go first.
Going over to Hazel and getting them up and off of whatever might be still doing something to them. If it looks safe to get them off of this slab.
Make me just a general either intelligence or wisdom check.
Okay, a wisdom check.
You can do
I'm
it.
not good at either of those things.
Well, shit.
Intelligence it is.
I'll take Arcana as well.
Okay. Well, I'm back at it with 13. Yes, 13.
13. You feel that it would probably be safe to remove her from this altar, but that she is very much incapacitated. Like, she's alive, but she is like, she's stable,
Okay.
but like she very much needs to not be on this this altar and needs a long rest in mechanical terms.
Fair. Well, we have to get her out of it. Skadi, could you use your strength? I like try and pick her up, and then I'm just like noodle arms. So.
Yeah, Skadi will throw down her hammer in frustration, but come on over to help.
Alright. We've got to get her someplace safe and out of here, obviously.
Spare the dying.
Yeah, this is the time to use that.
Can I do like a cursory like medicine check just to see like are these like magical wounds, physical, etc., etc.?
Absolutely.
That was a terrible roll, so that's a 16.
16. You get the impression that that the damage that is done to her is very much magical of nature. She doesn't bear physical wounds on her, but like you don't need to have seen her prior to know that like her features are kind of drawn in. She's, even though her eyes are closed right now, there are dark circles under her eyes. She seems like somebody who is unwell. like when you see a person who has been sick for a little while, or like a little green around the gills, and they just kind of like their skin almost has like a waxy quality to it.
Well, we should certainly get whomever this is out of here. And probably quickly.
Hazel.
Hazel. Well, let's get her back somewhere relatively safe to some degree.
While they were doing that, like seeing that Hazel's in good hands, I would love to check the body of the crony, Zenlier, whatever his name was. I would love to see what he's got on his person, on his dead person.
All right. On his dead personage, you would find, of course, good quality armor. Probably you've got like about a like plus one plate on this dude. You've got a very nice greatsword.
Okay.
You do find of course he has like a nice gray cloak on, a helmet. You find on like a coin pouch that we'll say has probably about we'll say 20 gold pieces in it.
All right.
Enough where you could have a plenty good evening on the town.
Yeah.
If you wanted to. And then also you'll find an amulet of Shar.
Fucking of course. Okay. I'll take everything except the amulet.
Okay.
I kind of just like, as I'm stuffing like the cloak into the bag, it's like, it might be useful.
Indeed. It is a bit of a scramble out of here, isn't it?
Might be, yeah. Depending on what those things are doing outside.
Oh, I did forget about those a little bit. Alright.
Only one way to find out.
Is there anyone else in these tubes? Anyone else alive? Is Blaze
Good
anywhere around
point.
here?
So, in the tubes,
Afraid I asked.
you make me either a medicine or an arcana check.
I can give it a shot. I'm not gonna do very well, but I can try medicine. We'll see.
You just need to ask yourself, do you really want your fighter to roll?
I got a 19 medicine on that, assuming that I'm helping Skadi take a look at everything. Feel like I would be doing that.
What you see in the tubes are, upon now that you're up and like you're not frantically fighting and battling, and you take your time and look, you see like a humanoid head and chest, but that it is stitched together with the arm of a tiger, and the lower half of like an elk looking thing, crudely stitched together. It doesn't appear to be alive. You go to another and you see a tiefling head attached to what appears to be maybe a human torso, and then like almost like fawn legs. And you go to another one and it's various humanoid forms that are attached, and nothing appears to be live, but it does appear like there has been some
Frankenstein bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Not sure what they were trying to do, what they were trying to accomplish with this, but it doesn't look like it worked, or at least like it's working at the moment. Doesn't look like any of them are alive. Might have been trying to change that, but
With those things pointed out to the party, could I do another check over the unconscious woman who is near the rest of these?
Absolutely.
That is a 30.
What kind of check were you doing? Medicine? Yeah. She appears to like she's breathing. It's shallow breaths. There's absolutely, you're able to find the pulse for her. She is, it's not terribly strong, but it is there. But then you take the pulse a little bit again, and you notice that it does appear to be getting stronger now that she is no longer on this altar. And it's almost, as you look around, because you did a 30 and like you're checking the altar, where it was once sparking with energy, it seems to be fading now that she is no longer on the altar. It's almost as if her presence on it was fueling the magic that was surrounding it.
It seems like whatever these experiments were, they were using friend Hazel to power it to some degree. I assume that by trained logic, this is a fairly strong magical user.
Yeah, she can definitely take care of herself.
yeah.
Not right now, obviously, but yes, she is very strong.
Well, in any case, it's good that we got her off of there, I suppose.
We need to get her to safety though.
Yes, that's the next step. And is this? Does it look like any like reinforcements have popped up or anything like that, or is it still a moment?
So there was only one entrance to this room, and y'all caved it in.
Yeah.
And you created
Sure did.
another entrance through the ceiling. So nobody is going to get through to this room in any time, in any hurry.
How were we gonna get out again? Just looking up at the hole.
I can go up and like tie a rope.
That'll work. Yeah.
Yes.
Right, you can do that wall thing. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I do believe I spider climb, scoot myself up there. That's the thing, right? God, yes, okay. Yeah, I go up the wall and kind of over the ceiling and like struggle a little bit on the edge when my feet lose contact. But yeah, I'll go up there and tie a rope. I assume there's a tree or something, maybe a heavy rock.
I have kittens with me, even if there's not. So
Oh, so good. I mean, I'm.
Yeah,
you don't
there's
carry pigeons with you, sister. They're in like.
Does she look like
every
someone who would
adventuring
do that?
book Ever. She doesn't look like someone who would be captured by vampires.
I
either, so-
don't need this from you right now. We're on a rescue. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll fix a rope and
She can
after
climb
debating
on
for
walls.
half
Why
a
would you
second,
need
just leaving
pittance?
them in the hole. What was that?
Well, you can climb on walls. Why would you need pittance?
That too.
Thank
Situations
you,
like
Skadi.
these, where the rest of us can't.
Well, I mean, I was prepared. I don't know what you're talking about.
Skadi throws baby Mjolnir up on top to act as a weight.
Yeah, perfect.
There we
Yes,
go.
hello.
All right, up and
Right,
out.
let's climb.
I will be the last one to go through.
Skadi will climb up with Hazel. Who I'm assuming weighs as much as a wet blanket.
Yeah, she was slight to begin with, so you're not even gonna need to make an athletics check. You're easy peasy. We'll have no problem with that. Like a sack of potatoes, you throw her over your shoulder and climb out. All right, one by one, you get out and to the back to the cliff side that you were originally at, with the constructs down below.
And are they still just like chilling?
They are
That's my question.
absolutely still just chilling.
Somehow that's worse.
That's that.
I don't know, I
It's
don't want to fight them, but like it's
very
unsettling.
unsettling. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Just
let's
wait for the other shoe to drop.
But yeah, let's keep it quiet and take a wide berth.
Yeah. Back to the temple.
I think that's the best move.
All right. Go ahead and make me a group stealth check.
Oh no.
I will draw my sword to give us all the little aura of stealthiness. Extra +2.
Ooh. A 30.
God damn, alright!
Oh, that's without the +2. Sorry, 32.
Oh, I forgot about the +2. So that is
Hold on, I have
6
to do
for
math.
Oh.
9! I beat someone!
I
Oh.
cannot do math. Is that right? Yeah, 35. Okay.
a little bit better than mine.
I think.
So Sier and Annabelle are now in Darkness Rising.
All right. So, what I'd like is
Yes.
tell me how you assist Skadi as you hear her armor start to clang as she has the added weight of Hazel on her.
Shit, every time. I think I will, because I think maybe the extra noise is coming from like the weight of Hazel kind of bouncing against Scotty's armor. We'll kind of just like pause, hold on, and I'll take that gray cloak that I took off of Zenlair, and we'll just kind of, hey, hold on, just pick her up just a moment. I'm just gonna put this in between. Yeah. Just careful, she's bouncing against the armor, making a lot of noise.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just careful not to jostle her too much.
And Sier, tell me how you help Hanile be stealthy.
In just the rudest whisper. I'm just, would you watch your fucking feet? What are you doing?
Be quiet. What are you talking about?
You could be quiet. You're the one making all this noise in the woods. And I'm just like slowing her down and like, going Looney Tunes tiptoe style.
I swear it's way more, and then it helps.
Well, if it keeps you alive, it's, I guess, better than not keeping you alive.
And with 2 magnificent over 30 rolls, you all are able to sneak past the construct. You feel like you get far enough away that you know they haven't noticed you, and you feel seemingly safe for now.
Well, that's certainly more bombastic than I've done things in recent memory.
Well, you were there when we were planning the explosion part, so you should have at least been expecting some bombasticness.
Oh, I wasn't complaining. I frankly am sick of sneaking around a city that I call my home. So it was refreshing, and we managed to unexpectedly save a friend of yours. She looks like she's going to be out for at least 8 or so more hours. So I suppose we can drop her off at the temple and decide what we're going to do next from there.
Yes, probably something else bombastic.
Yeah, probably.
Well, good news
No
is
one
we
else.
don't need to worry about discretion. They know we're here.
That's true. Honestly, at this point, you may as well just go for it.
We just storm the castle.
Yeah.
Brave souls, a lot of you.
Well, I mean, you're coming with, so...
Yeah,
And you as well.
right?
I mean...
You are
More
coming with
just-
us, right?
Of course, I can't let any of my new friends be slain.
Don't push it.
And also, if that man were to kill my sister, I think I might lose my mind. So
Then you'd have to go on a whole revenge quest.
it'd be exhausting.
It takes 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So much work.
Yeah, we already have one revenge quest going on right now. We have to deal with that one first.
True.
Maybe starting any new ones.
I mean, I'm also on a revenge quest. Revenge quests all around.
Two
Oh,
of them.
yours is longer than mine. That's right.
Mhm.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are not breaking any records with these revenge quests.
Mm.
I think we all need therapy.
What for?
Is my takeaway.
What's
here.
that?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That
No.
It's-
therapy? What's that word you said?
Imagine paying a friend to listen to you and not share their opinions on what you've done wrong in your life, and just offer solutions.
You can get paid for
Kind of
that?
like that.
Well, I think you need special training.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I don't know. Seems overrated. Doesn't.
It's not for everyone.
I don't know about that.
Certainly.
Seems vague.
I don't think that seems necessary. I'm doing all right.
You know,
She is not doing all right, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
Sier just like makes a face behind you, like.
All right. Eventually, you make your way back to Haniel's temple. Which stands empty.
Like empty as didn't we leave people here? There's people here normally.
I think they're gonna do
There
the
were
Whisper
some
campaign.
people here when we left. Yeah,
They're gonna do the Whisper
I
campaign, right?
thought.
yes, they were going to spread the so distant.
Right. Right. Okay. I forgot about that.
Just give a quick look around, make sure there's no one like hiding in the trees waiting to ambush us or anything.
Nothing suspicious.
Make a perception check.
Oh, sure. Oh, natural 20.
Nice.
What's the perception? For 21.
Hell yeah.
No.
Alright. Coast is clear. Let's head in.
Clink, 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 clink.
Cling, 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 cling,
Yes,
cling.
I will. I'll go in and prepare one of the probably whatever room that I would normally use, which is fairly sparse, and get Hazel like just set up as well as I can.
And you do notice that there is a little bit more color that has returned to her cheeks, as she is not basically like more and more of she seems to be like her breath is deepening, her pulse has gotten stronger, a little bit color is returning basically the longer and the further away she has been from that altar.
Well, putting distance between us and the altar seems to be doing good for her recovery. So give it some time, and I'm sure she'll be back in the land of living with us.
Indeed. And she hasn't like stirred at all or anything. She's just like out.
Out.
Okay, cool. So head to like a meeting room or like whatever entrance hall sort of thing we have to walk into. Have a family meeting.
Yes. So now that we have a somewhat tenuous but better grasp on what exactly they're trying to accomplish, how do you think we should proceed?
They know we're here, so there's no element of surprise unless we come up with something very
Yeah.
good, which
Unless there's some sort of way to, I don't know, sneak into the castle into like his, I don't know, private quarters. But that seems unlikely, to say the least.
yeah, is it? Do we know the layout of this castle at all?
What type of door is on the temple?
It would be two heavy slatted wooden doors that are sort of like sun bleached and faded.
You hear what sounds like scratching at the wood door.
Like a big animal or a little one?
Like a dog.
Like a
Kind of
big
size?
dog or a little one?
I mean,
That's a good question.
like normal dog sound.
I will send Harold to one of the windows, and I will see through his senses, see what's outside the door.
Harold sees a wolf outside the door with a scroll in its mouth.
No. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh.
Something tells me we're being invited somewhere. I will go to the door and crack it open.
Skadi's behind
Look
you.
at the dog. Can I help you?
It like with the scroll in its mouth, kind of just leans its head forward, drops the scroll, and then sits down.
Can I make an insight check to try and determine if this is an actual animal? Or a shape
Absolutely.
Solid.
I'm
No
gonna
in
have
this
Harold
place? Yes, please,
use the
please do
helmet.
this. Yes.
Okay. 13 plus 9. It's 23.
23. You get the impression that it is a very well-trained animal.
Skadi has turned on her ring already. It was like, aren't you just a gorgeous little creature? What's your name?
It unfortunately it looks at you
It's speaking
like, and it looks, yeah, no,
Okay,
it looks at you like it has understanding.
Wait. Better question. Is this a familiar looking wolf?
No,
Okay,
it's got
she
like,
would have done everything that she did then.
yeah. It's looking at you like it understands and knows what it is. But that is not part of its job description and what it is here to do. It kind of noses the scroll and then sits.
I will pick up the scroll, not take my eyes off the woof, and I will
Is it a magic
unfurl it.
As soon as you unfurl it, it gets up and takes a couple of steps backwards.
What's it say? What's it say?
As you
I'll
Okay, as you begin to read, it then runs away. The scroll reads, Dearest Skadi, Hanile, Sier, and Annabelle, I would like to cordially invite you all for dinner. I seek a civil conversation with you four this evening, say at the setting of the sun at my keep. We can dine under the moonlight and discuss a mutually beneficial arrangement and end this needless bloodshed. Of course, if you choose to not show, I will dine on the bones of your little compatriots. I have, after all, already developed a taste for your dear Ryderson. Yours truly, Gregor. Also, Skadi,
Uh-huh.
if you're standing where you can see this scroll,
Uh-huh.
you would note the spelling of Ryderson is Ryterson. And there's something about right that feels very familiar in an unfamiliar way.
Like
Make me a history check.
Aw. Oh, wait, I'm kind of smart. Not that smart.
Come on, Scotty.
Oh, that was a 9, not a 6. Okay, 13.
13. Is that Tyr backwards? And then you think, he did lose his arm to Gregor. And you've seen Gregor turn into a wolf. Very large wolf.
Okay, I'm probably reading too much into this, but how do you spell Ryderson?
Ryderson?
Yeah.
Ryderson.
Okay,
Yeah.
Gregor just spelled it with a with a YTR, like tier. Like, the Valkyrian legend puts his hand in Fenris's mouth to promise that they're not going to do anything bad, and then they do something bad, and then Fenris bites their hand off because they broke the deal. I don't know, it's just a lot of loose connections. But
I didn't know that story. I'm sorry.
oh, sorry. I forget my childhood stories are not the same as other people's childhood stories. So there's this wolf, big old like wolf, rampaging the countryside, and she'll go into a long like retelling of like until someone stops her.
Anyways,
Yeah.
anyways.
So
Do you think that was targeted towards you?
I don't think so. I think maybe they just aren't used to spelling things in the common tongue on Lorelwind, I guess. Maybe they're just kind of stuck. It seems like an awful lot of jumps.
But he knows you.
Oh yeah, because he cursed my sister back home. He's an asshole.
Yeah. And so this is probably not that big a jump to say that he would bait you in some way, and this is probably just adding to that.
Oh, maybe.
Exactly.
I think either way it pans out, we're certainly going to this dinner, correct?
I mean,
Well,
we know that it's a trap walking in,
Clear.
so
Obvious trap. Definitely can
that's
agree.
something. And being aware of a trap is at least better than going in blind. But I don't think we'll find a better way in than this.
that is true. And
Either that or he
especially
murders everyone in resistance as well.
What?
yeah,
was
we
that?
missed that.
Say again?
Said either that or he murders everyone in the resistance as well. Based on
That too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because
we could try and go in ahead, just attack and see if we can get everyone out, or we can just go to dinner.
Yeah, putting it at sundown in the moonlight certainly puts everything to his favor.
Yeah, I don't like that part.
That's not great.
Definitely less than amiable.
How about how far is it from sundown now?
Mm-hmm.
You've got we'll say you've got probably about 2.5 hours.
How far from
And-
town are we?
Not terribly far. It'd take you about, I believe, like a half hour to get to town.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Before we think about storming the castle, do any of you need a little time to bandage yourselves up or anything? Do we need a short rest?
I mean, there's no reason not to take one, right? If only to try and stitch together what remains of a plan, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
All right, so leave us an hour and a half, an hour once we get to town to figure out how to get into the castle, if we're going to get into the castle, and then...
Well, at that point, we're just walking in the front door, right?
Yeah.
It's true, we do have an invitation.
Yeah, I don't know if it's... I mean, trying to catch him off guard, I mean, we were already saying, like, he knows that we're here enough to invite us to fucking dinner. So, catching him off guard might not be possible. Even if we do try to approach the castle, we'll probably just get stopped by guards and be like, "Oh, you're early for dinner. Come sit in the dining room until the food's ready," or whatever the fuck.
That creepy long table.
Mm-hmm. Probably with him
Yep.
sitting all on his own at one side, with like flanked by guards, and us all the way at the other end.
Yeah, the power move for sure.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
glad we're all on the same page. Have I mentioned that I hate this man? Have I said that?
I think we're
Probably,
all there,
but-
and especially Skadi.
Yeah. Especially Skadi, yeah.
just take a little short rest.
Yup.
I will plop down someplace and take out my viola so that we all get an extra d6 of healings.
Sweet. According to my sheet, I didn't take any damage last time.
I'd believe it. You're
I don't know if
swirly.
that's accurate, but I guess so.
Can I steal that +1 plate
The
armor?
slots are still. Please, yeah.
Thank you. She'll
Attuned to
take
that shit.
the dead
Get that
woman's
shit, put
armor
that
off.
Damn.
Take that nice armor that we stole. Hell yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
Before.
Do you want another
I
sword too? I took a sword. I know you've got your weapons, but do you want another one?
I mean, if no one else wants a sword, I mean, can always
This
throw
thing
that
is as
someone.
tall as I am. If not, actually, it's taller than me. It's bigger than me. Actually, no. Yeah.
Annabelle's just walking around with a greatsword.
Yeah. It's like twice her size. I don't know. Hanal, do you use swords?
I've
used
always
this?
been more partial to the cat of nine tails that I carry around. Sentimental and all that.
All yours then, Skadi.
Can Skadi feasibly carry it with all of her other stuff, or is it we're gonna get into logistics nightmare? Since she had shield, hammer.
I I tend to do D&D with the like video game rules.
Awesome. And that was just a normal great sword, or was it a +1?
It was a normal
Okay,
greatsword.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you.
Not super exciting, but
Hey, something new to throw at people.
there's also a helmet if anyone wants that. I took that off of him.
I got my headband.
And-
Makes me smart.
I mean, it also might just be cathartic to smash this thing later. So
Well, that will
Keep it in the pile for now.
pilfered armor pile.
toss it aside into like the corner of whatever like office like dining room is in here. Like the one piece of clutter in what I'm sure is a pristine space that Niall keeps.
Absolutely. Before we take our short rests, I am going to channel my divine power and turn my last use of channel divinity into a 3rd level spell slot, since channel divinities refresh on a short rest.
Fuck yes.
And I will ask Shears, so this Hazel person, was she a part of the original group that you all were with, or?
Oh no, she's independent entity. She has a friend called Blaze, and they travel around
See.
fighting evil. I'd like say with just the biggest question mark in my voice, because like you're like this is a little necromancer. You know, she helped us. She's very powerful. Better to have her on her side than not. And for this, she's definitely on our side.
Is she normally without her partner?
No, I mean, you know, Blaze gets up to their own things sometimes, I would say.
Sure.
But they tend not to be too far from each other.
So we might have someone, in addition to the resistance, to save when we go in here.
I mean, to save or to deprogram, I don't know how it works with wolves, if they turned her into one of those.
Yes, that would certainly be the worst case scenario.
Although then maybe we would have a wolf on our side, who knows? Maybe just to dispel magic on them would fix control.
Fingers crossed.
But that's an intangible that we can't know until we know.
Right.
So gonna like glance at your face like fully as I'm just kind of like plucking the strings of the viola. I mean, like, I feel like I've waited also a respectably long amount of time. What the fuck happened to your eye?
Oh. It. Well, and Niall like blushes and says, I got into a bit of a spat with a friend of mine. We were roughhousing, I guess. Training isn't exactly the word for it, but we both got a little too excited, and divine magic does odd things to mortal bodies, I suppose.
All right,
Then-
Anile, get it, Anile.
Yeah, there's
not
so
like
many
that.
interesting words in that.
That was
sentence.
Natalie. Annabelle's not in on this conversation. That was me being a peanut gallery. I'm not here.
Yeah, but Sier picks up on it and kind of like just is smirking.
All right, I don't need that face, little sister.
What face is that? What face? What's it about?
The face that's on your face. You know what face I'm talking about. Listen.
My own face. My face that I make all the time.
Yes, you do make that face all the time.
It's because I have more questions. I'm not going to ask them. I'm just going to let my imagination run wild and then assume the worst.
What else is new? Hopefully you'll meet them one day. Probably not today because I am a bit exhausted, but one day. At some point. If you behave.
Well, I am always well behaved.
I don't know that that's true.
I mean, I would not be chosen by God if I were not well behaved. I think we can agree on that.
Yes, I actually have been genuinely meaning to speak to you about that. What was the like the context of that? That's a pretty big deal, Sier.
What I mean, that's just like the above board. You would definitely know because she was like the family, like next in line for the church that the family is part of.
Oh, I thought. Excuse me. Haniel is talking about you having mentioned meeting Saloon.
Oh, okay, cool. Back at it. Well, that was more. And she sort of like glances up as though like someone is listening at the top of the stairs, sort of thing. It feels more like she was trying to. Get out of here, Skadi!
I might be listening at the top of the stairs. You don't know.
Yeah, but it's more like like a parent, like when you're in the basement and you're like.
Yeah.
I think that she was maybe trying to remind me that she was there, or win me back, maybe. Like, don't get me wrong. Meeting a god, amazing. Such lovely hair, beautiful complexion. But yeah, when you feel that abandoned, I think she has some more work to do. And just appearing once doesn't really do it.
You are reaching to the choir. Well, either way, hopefully her light will guide us through this mess.
Yeah, she could definitely pick up some slack for sure. I kind of like, then I get grumpy and go back to like strumming quietly on the viola.
I would also like to. I don't know if there are a particularly large amount of books on godhood through here, but I'd like to try and find out anything I can about Tyr. Like Skadi gave her rendition, but I'd like, if there's any books I can find about that. I'd like to read up on that for the rest of the short rest.
Well, tell me this, because most of the books would be from Haniel's personal collection, correct? Here?
I guess technically so, yes. It's
So, to what extent does Haniel have? Because this Valkyrie is a very insular island, and so there are some books out there that you can find, but they are more of a specialized thing.
I think I would
think-
certainly have one for the god of lightning and storms that people tend to assume that I serve under, just so I could get a beat on what kind of god that was. I don't know if it would be a book based on just that god or not. But I think that would probably be the most that Haniel would keep around.
So you I would say that you make me we'll just do this as how about a DC 18 religion check. So if you make it, then you've been able to acquire that kind of book
Gotcha.
on your own.
That is only a 13.
So 13. So you've done some digging to try to find, because you know that there are other gods that have kind of that same blanking on the word, kind of domain motif, kind of those vibes in various cultures. But you haven't gotten your hands on anything of substance from there. But you do have a Valkyrian who would talk your ear off about all of that.
Yes, I guess I will go to the source, and I'll send Harold first, because Skadi seems to like Harold. And then
Speak to animals.
I'll just walk in and Skadi, I know you gave us sort of the summarized version, but I was interested in learning anything else that there was that's immediately relevant to Tyr or the name Righteous Son. Is that an alias or another name for Tyr or something like that? Anything else you know?
God, I haven't read my Norse mythology book in forever. Well, Tyr is, I believe, don't hold me to this. It's the lawful good, armor maker god, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's the negotiator.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Tyr is this all around super great guy, really likes following the rules, likes to keep everything in line, would delegate a lot of fights between Thor and Loki and all of the shit that they cause throughout. Armor maker, I think I could be messing that one up. But really situated with the hand situation, because one of the deals that he tried to help and broker was, there's, one of Loki's children was a big giant wolf and causing devastation through the countryside and eating a lot of people and destroying a lot of things and just all in all being a really bad dog. And so they came up with this plan to kind of calm him down, except Fenris didn't really trust him, and so Tyr said, hey, you can trust me, I'll put my hand in your mouth. And Fenris was like, okay, except all the other gods kind of lied to Tyr, because they didn't intend on calming Fenris down, they intended on caging him. And so they caged him up and locked him down so he couldn't move and muzzled him, except he chopped off Tyr's arm right before because it was in his mouth. But then he got a really, really cool, like metal arm and like did a lot of cool stuff with that. And so his symbol is usually like this metal gauntlet.
Huh.
I read all this shit when we started this campaign 2 years ago, okay?
Well, okay. Interesting.
Anything specific you want to know about Tyr?
No, I'm just trying to figure out how all these puzzle pieces fit together.
Like, I don't
I mean,
think there's anything special about the writer son other than the fact he misspelled the name, which could be just a colloquialism because, you know, we don't really have those kind of names in Valkyr. Or it could just be he's, like, being an asshole to kind of, like...
well, if writer son
Mm-hmm.
is like RYT is Tyr backwards, does it mean son of Tyr? Like son Tyr?
That's true.
Because that's the etymology of a lot of last names. You would be son of
Yep.
one of your parents. So perhaps if writer son,
That's usually reserved for
RYT
nobility
backwards.
on Valkyr, but no, you're right. Because Odin's son is the son of Odin. Yeah, so maybe your friend is the son of Tyr, and you got a half god in your friend party. Because
it's kind
Ryderson's
of a
one of your spies, right?
he's one of the members of the resistance, yes, but he doesn't give Vine. I don't know. It would certainly be a surprise. Let's put it that way.
Didn't look Valkyrian to me. Who am I to judge,
No.
though?
A Valkyrian?
That's true. I could judge a lot. We're really good at that.
Well, either way, Harold put together a charcuterie board if you snack before we leave.
Harold, you're the best. You're my favorite.
Harold just like salutes.
Goes. Eat some
Is
fine
Harold
cheeses.
a bat?
Harold's a flying squirrel.
Okay.
Now I'm imagining him as the little bat from Anastasia.
The whole time, that is how I have pictured Harold. Yes.
Amazing.
And also having that voice whenever you use the ring to talk to him. Like, having...
Aha! And then, yeah! And I'll kick her, sir.
And then I'll kick her, sir.
10 out of 10. That's all Hanile's got, so.
That's all Skadi can help you with, sorry. Unless, DM, there's not anything special with Ryderson in Valkyr, right? That's not a common Valkyrian name, that's not any, okay.
No, it's
Just-
really what stood out about it was that it was Tyr backwards.
You can't spell for shit.
And
Mhm.
the connection of he bit his arm off. That. All right, then you successfully complete a short rest during this time. What would you like to do?
Go to a dinner, right?
I'm gonna leave Hazel a note that if she wakes up to send us a sending.
Yeah. Definitely.
Bet's odds on Annabelle being alive.
Well,
I mean, I wasn't
I
going to
was
say
split.
it, but...
I mean, that's probably the safest bet, yes.
if just generally on Annabelle living, or are the rest of us not alive? Because then, like, a bet doesn't really make a ton of sense.
Oh, I meant this encounter on who would be able to receive a message from Hazel from when they wake up.
that makes sense. That makes sense now,
That's
yes.
more sensible. As in, like,
And it would need to be, someone who Hazel knows too. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, you
sensible.
don't have anything in the temple that might help us on this? I don't know. I don't know what we could...
I mean, I have a couple of stakes, but
Hey.
as you can imagine, silver has been in extraordinarily short supply.
Oh, that's right.
Seemingly no reason, but
Still have... It's kind of just like, shake the little potion bottle. They have one more use of that. Still.
I wasted mine, but I might be of more use.
Didn't we get 2 doses of it?
Skadi
Yeah.
wasted it because she put it on her crossbow bolt. Yeah. She put one on the hammer and one on her crossbow bolt.
Shit.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well then, are we all ready for a lovely dinner?
Lovely's a word for it. Huh.
So how long is polite until I can just punch him in the face?
I think as soon as you see him.
Alright.
Yeah, 6 seconds or so.
Yeah.
Punch him every 6 seconds. Let's see how well
Hey.
Yeah, I
that
like that. Yeah. Even like every 3 seconds. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, as we're like traveling. So Hana, what was that thing that you did? You created some sort of like bubble around you, but no magic was coming in and out of. Because it was slowing you down for a bit.
Yes.
It was. Yeah.
My anti-magic field. I'm a bit too tired to try that again, unfortunately. But,
Okay.
All right.
I mean, given his penchant for being a weaselly little fuck, it wasn't worth too much
Was
by
I
the end of it anyway.
Yeah, and well, also that was what his projection was able to do. We don't know if in his own body he's still able to do that.
Would any of us know anything about simulacrums and how they appear and
So you would, by knowing about a simulacrum, those whoever made the previous check, you would know that they are able to do pretty much everything that the original is able to do, but they're a little easier to take down.
Great.
Cool. Love
Well,
that for us.
just heads up, I can't stop spells and I can't make myself hard to hit. I've just got a couple healing spells left. So, that'll be fine.
I'm about same. But it'll be fine.
You guys just this okay.
Well, I
okay.
was going to say, like, next time if we take him up, like, we could work together to figure out, like, because if you waited to do your anti-magic thing until I was next to him, I could potentially keep him still. Because I'm really good at making people not move. But never mind.
Keep that in mind for the future. We'll have
Yeah, I'm
problems
sure we'll
being
be
great.
fine. We'll figure it out. It'll go great. Like all our plans do.
All our plans, yeah.
This party and getting invited to dinners never ends well.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, no.
The last time we got invited to dinner somewhere, that was when we met you, Sier.
Yeah. I mean, really, that was.
I mean,
a
meeting
win.
you, like that wasn't. It was the almost getting killed by vampires thing that was rough.
It is rough.
Yeah.
Eventually, as you traverse, you make your way to town. And as the sun is starting to set, you notice that the sky takes on a very vibrant red hue, which is not unnatural. In fact, Annabelle, you kind of miss being on a ship at this site
Yeah.
of red at night.
Red guys at night.
Sailor's delight.
Afternoon delight.
Different.
Well, that's. I hesitate to say that's a good omen, but I don't know.
And as you enter town, it's eerily quiet. In fact, there's no one milling about on the streets. There's no plumes of smoke from any chimney. There's not a single light in any shop window or any house. Just As if by magic, as your eyes are starting to need it, the street lamps light one by one.
Hate that. Hate that.
Do you all think that all of the town folks are in there, or do you think these people are just especially good at knowing when to batten down the hatches?
Is there any noise coming from any of the buildings?
No, but you do catch a whiff of smoke from somewhere.
What kind of smoke? Like a building's burning down smoke, or like someone's having a barbecue smoke?
More like wood,
Mm-hmm.
more like a building.
In the
Can we see where
direction
that's coming from?
of the...
Wolfsbane Inn.
Yep.
Mm.
You ever feel like we make it to a town and somehow we just make everything worse just by being there?
Every single time.
I have no strong opinion on that, but I do, I feel like we're gonna get there and everyone from town is going to be in a cage.
Should we go see if anyone needs help at the inn, or is that...
An aisle is like teeth gritted, one hand clenched, and you can. It's immediately evident that she has been like fighting the urge to run straight over there as soon as she has realized what's happening.
Like, do we have enough time based on where the sun is to like make a 1 block detour to this
Yeah.
and walk past?
Absolutely.
Okay, then yes.
Well, I mean, we should walk past. I feel like they probably took everybody.
I've already turned in that direction.
Yeah, just like straight.
But also definitely like keeping an eye out to see if we are being followed.
100%.
If things are coming up behind us.
Yes, absolutely.
You can go ahead and make perception checks.
Ooh, that's what is natural
Ooh.
2 pro 3.
32.
Nice.
32. You are so confident that not a single soul is following you or watching you or anything.
Somehow that's not very comforting.
Yeah.
But okay, I'll take it. There's no one here. At least not watching us, no guards.
He's very confident, isn't he?
You turn the
Fucked up too
corner.
much.
You turn the corner, and where the Wolfsbane Inn should be is nothing but the remnants and a smoldering pile of ash.
Anyone around? Any
Not a soul.
survivors?
Any bodies in the ash?
No bodies, no remains, no bones, no teeth, no nothing. Just like metal, like what used to be kind of metal beer steins kind of melted down.
We weren't gone long enough for bodies to burn completely. There was no one here when they did this.
Well, let's go have dinner.
Anybody
Sure.
can make me an insight check real quick.
No.
Oh
Who
boy.
would like to?
Oh,
Sure.
no. Ooh, 12.
15.
29.
Yes.
Penile. There's something nagging at the back of your brain. and you can't help but shake it. There's something about the fact that Skadi's sister was put to sleep, and it's so eerily quiet here that you just want to check a single building.
Oh my god.
I'll go
Oh my
into
God.
the house next door and go check a bed.
You see in a children's room, you see a young little girl tucked away in her bed, silently asleep.
Please put everyone to sleep.
Well, let's take. Is there an adult someplace? No, never mind.
You
It's
go
not-
and you find another.
Where are the
you go-
adults?
You're
You
an
go to
adult.
You go to another room and you see a man and a woman in bed, silently asleep.
I will kind of do the shake and slap thing, even though I know it's not going to work.
They don't budge.
Oh. No one knows greater restoration, do they?
It won't work.
I curse the whole damn time.
And they're asleep until
Killing
he dies.
him. Yeah,
Well, let's go kill him then.
let's go do it.
I like
Sure.
that.
I'll show you so.
And on that note, we're going to take our break.
Ah,
Oh gosh, oh jeez.
oh gosh.
For those
Oh,
of you who
Oh, jeez.
are for those of you who are watching us on Twitch, we'll be back in just a few minutes. For those of you who are watching us on YouTube, you'll catch us for the second half of this in a couple of days. So we're going to go and take care of our human needs, and we'll be right back.